With the biggest gravel races getting ever faster, having a speedy machine is key to being competitive. Yes, like it or not, aero gravel bikes are a thing, and they're becoming increasingly popular. We think these are 5 of the hottest gravel bikes on the market right now, for those of you that want to continue your love of speed away from the tarmac. Before we get to our first bike though, remember to drop us a like, subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon so that you see our videos with the hottest tech before anyone else. Factor's new gravel race bike, the Ostro Gravel, has the onus set squarely on moving fast, whether you're tackling unbound or riding on tarmac. Factor says that the Ostro Gravel takes the win everywhere mentality from the brand's Ostro VAM road bike, and in keeping with that World Tour proven machine, has been developed to dominate its category with incredible aero, superior handling, high stiffness and low weight. That is quite the claim. The Ostro Gravel's carbon frame features aero optimizations aimed at making it competitive at the front of races such as unbound, yet incorporating wide 45mm clearance on 700C wheels to suit a wider range of gravel riding applications and enough crossover ability for use on the road. Aggressive geometry is set to reflect racing use, while it also comes prepared for the rigours of the diverse gravel discipline, with additional attachment points for bags, boxes, tools and bottles. The frame is made from a blend of Techstream and Toray carbon, interwoven with Nippon graphite fibres, which together create what Factor calls a strengthened layup, ready for gravel racing. There are broad, ovalised yet truncated head tube and down tube profiles, which are again claimed to be aerodynamically optimised for gravel riding speeds. In a gravel race scenario, average speeds are naturally lower than in a typical road race, so ultimate wind cheating performance at high speeds becomes less imperative. Instead, the Ostro Gravel's tubes are noticeably squared off to promote aero stability in challenging conditions. The Factor Ostro Gravel also sees fully internal cable routing thanks to the new Black Ink HB02 carbon stem. The bar itself features aero profiled flattened tops and a broad T-junction as the stem meets the handlebar. It's claimed to save up to 9 watts compared to a regular bar stem setup at an unspecified speed. Belgian brand Ridley knows a thing or two about riding off-road because it's been at the forefront of cyclocross for decades. As expected, with its heritage in off-road racing and the growth of gravel, Ridley's Kanzo Fast GRX Di2 Classified has been built with speed on its side. The Kanzo Fast borrows various aerodynamic features from the Noah Fast road bike, including F-tubing profiles and F-Surface Plus, where channels are used to create an aerodynamic tripwire that delays separation of the airflow, thereby reducing drag. Here though, the profiles have been tweaked to offer big 42mm tyre clearances front and rear. The bike also features the Noah's F-wing fork nubbins, along with fully internal cabling and a distinctive fork to down tube transition. Ridley claims that at an unspecified speed, the Kanzo Fast saves 17 watts over an ordinary gravel bike and is within 4 watts of the Noah Fast across all yaw angles. The brand calls the Kanzo Fast the fastest gravel bike in the world. Bold claim indeed. Our test bike features the classified power shift hub, hiding the functionality of a 2x drivetrain into the rear hub. Added to this, the Kanzo Fast has mounts for full mudguards, which gives us all sorts of capable winter bike ideas. The aero-shaped seat post means that you can't fit a dropper post, which does limit its off-the-beaten-track appeal, but if your intentions are byways and fire roads, then this is one lively option. With the distinctive frame and fork shapes, there's no mistaking this as anything other than a Pinarello. The Grevil F joins other racy gravel bikes in sporting integrated cables, inheriting the total internal cable routing system found on the Dogma and Prince families. This sees the hydraulic hoses and gear cables routed through the handlebar and the stem before they pass through the upper headset bearing. Pinarello says this improves the aerodynamics, given there are no exposed cables. Other aerodynamic nods include the flat back profile on the downtube inspired by the Dogma F, which the brand says helps to reduce drag and offer significant watt savings. The Grevil F also retains the fork flap, a shroud that covers the front brake caliper and is claimed to reduce drag. But what does this all equate to? Well, the brand claims a 4% aerodynamic improvement, supposedly saving 5 watts at 40 km per hour over the outgoing model. You'd be forgiven for thinking that those aero tube shapes might limit tyre clearance. However, the Grevil F has space for 50mm tyres on 700C wheels should you require extra traction or comfort. The Kaius was conceived to be a road race light gravel bike from the outset. The frame and fork design share plenty of tube shapes with the brand's road-going Team Machine SLR. The sculpted angular head tube, oversized down tube and tapered top tube come straight from the Team Machine's playbook. The ICS carbon aero cockpit is found on the range-topping, well, it's called the Kaius 011 BMC. If you'd like to let us know how to pronounce that, please do dive into the comments. This follows the same design cues as the brand's road-going ICS systems. That said, the bar shape is quite radically different. The top section of the bar is just 360mm wide. That's in keeping with the current trend towards narrower widths. The bar then flares out at a 12.5 degree angle, spreading the width to 420mm at the drops. Given that the majority of aero drag is created by the rider, being able to tuck yourself down at the front end is going to help you to ride faster. The aero package is further enhanced by the inclusion of BMC's Aero Core bottle cages. Aero bottle cages on a gravel bike? Whatever next? Joking aside, these cages integrate smoothly with the frame, with the down tube cage and bottle designed to smooth the airflow in unison with the second upright bottle and cage. BMC doesn't make any specific aero saving claims around the Kaius, but all models come with aero optimized wheels. Zip's highly rated 303 Firecrests are spec'd on the 011, with the generous internal width helping to maximise the profile of the 40mm tyres. 3T's latest Exploro RaceMax aims to be all the things to all the gravel riders, with 6 builds designed to cater for the 3 types of rider: recreational riders, gravel racers, and what 3T calls max riders. The Exploro RaceMax is more extreme than 3T's original gravel bike, the Exploro, offering extra versatility with the biggest clearances available on a 3T bike, yet it is still claimed to offer an aerodynamic advantage on tarmac and trails. 3T introduced 2 new terms with the Exploro RaceMax in RAM and WAM. Annoyingly, these are more about tyre radius and width as measured, and less about 80s pop heartthrobs. Shame really. Turning our attention to the head tube, this is a clever piece of packaging when it comes to aerodynamics. The frontal area is equivalent to a narrow 1¼ inch head tube that you'd see on a road bike for drag cutting gains, but the RaceMax cleverly uses a 1½ inch wide steerer for improved strength and handling. The down tube also has aero at its core. The top third of the tube is 46mm wide and sculpted to optimise airflow from the front wheel, which shields up to a 40mm tyre. The rest of the down tube swells to 75mm wide, which completely shields a bottle cage and bottle from air resistance. Let's be real, no one rides gravel without at least one water bottle. The forks profile is also aero optimised, with variable shaping to proficiently work in sync with the front wheel and the force that it generates. All of that aero trickery, it seems, hasn't actually affected the handling. In our review, Warren Rossiter said the combination of speed and stability in the handling is wonderfully balanced. In fact, the Exploro RaceMax is such a capable on-tarmac machine that Warren says he'd have no problem riding this in amongst a peloton of out and out race bikes. Fast enough? We'd say so. Which of these bikes is the fastest? That would be tough to say, but any of them would do the job of making you quite a bit faster. I want to know which one would you have if money was no object. Let me know in the comments, and if you like your super fast gravel bikes, then why not check out the best bikes from the Gravel World Championships, which was won by a road bike. But before you do that, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time.